Hello again. I'm going to do on the same homework number 2. I'm going to do problem number 2. Now it's going to be set up the same way, but this time you do have your braking horsepower. But this time you're looking for the F or the weight or force. So question two says, solve for F under the same conditions when, now this time, your braking horsepower is 10 horsepower. So how do I set this up? Using the previous conditions, the same conditions as the first problem, right? This is my setup right here. Of course, pi, I'm using 3.14. Now my braking horsepower is 10 horsepower. My N, which will be the same from the previous problem, is 250 RPMs. My R, or the length, is 2.5 feet. And now this time I'm trying to find the force or the weight, which is X. Still using the same formula as it is right here. 2 times pi times N times F times R all over 3300. Or just to go back, that same formula right here. But this time I'm going to do something different. Now I know my braking horsepower. I'm trying to find the F or the weight. So I'm going to set this up. Notice this and this are the same thing, but I just put the numbers. For braking horsepower, I put 10 is equal to 2 times pi times N times F. Now F is, we don't know what it is, so I just leave it as F, times the length, 2.5, all over 33,000. Now what I did next is I'm going to try to condense this problem. So what I did next is I'll take 2 times it by 3.14 times it by 250 times it by 25. So let's look at that right quick. 2 times by 3.14 times it by 250 times it by 2.5. Now I should get a number of 3925. So that 3925 is the, when I got this by multiplying all the top numbers. And it's going to be 39.25 times it by F. That's the number we're looking for, divided by 33,000. Now what I did next on this next step right here is I set it up as a proportion. I put 10 over 1, right? And it's equal to this. Now what I did is cross multiply this times this and 1 times this, right? So 33,000 times it by 10 and 1 times all this right here. Of course, when you multiply any number or anything by 1, it's just that same number. So this is what I got right here. Of course, when I multiply this times this, I got 330,000. Now my next step is I want to isolate the F or get the F by itself. This is saying this times this can give me that, right? So what I'll do is to get the F by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by that 3925. Of course, on this side, it cancels each other out. On this side, it's saying I'm taking the 330,000 divided by 3925. So this goes first in your calculator, divided by this, and I should get an answer approximate to 84.076 or approximately 84.08.